How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and unbeknownst to EA, Battlefield 2042 is going to be either ushering in a brand new and glorious era of first-person shooting gaming, or it's going to completely destroy the old one without helping to fix the new. Yeah, EA is not terribly a great company to put any kind of reliance in on it, or is it? It's not known to be terribly helpful in this regards, now is it? If anybody's wondering about the gameplay, it's just me and a couple of the guys messing around in Plunder, and I'm going to say this right now. If you diss on Plunder, if you don't like Plunder, get a couple of guys together, play a few rounds, enjoy it. It feels fun. It really does, at least until recently, which I'll be getting into. Actually, it didn't really feel all that much fun. Warzone as in its entirety for a while now. Okay, what am I getting at in terms of defining an era or destroying completely the current one? Well, because the current one is dying. It is very close to dead. And what is that? Okay, you have mouse and keyboard users, you have controller users, okay? And not long ago, there was this debate. Which one's better? Okay, I know the answer to that. Mouse and keyboard's better. Hands down better. Super, far superior. Unless you start adding software and aids to the controller community to start making it better. Okay, if you take the natural controls of both, mouse keyboard obviously is far, far superior. You can react faster, you can customize it more, you can do whatever the heck it is, right? Whereas a controller is just kind of what it is. But when you start adding stuff like aim assist and stuff like that, that's when its usefulness starts adding up. When you start adding aids to the player in order to make it feel better, that's when it starts becoming a little more on the superior side, right? And Modern Warfare 2019 kind of put one of the nails in the coffin, all right? Now, there was some crossplay before that. Was it Black Ops 3 or 4? I think it was 4. But I could feel the ickiness of the crossplay system, okay? Now, that's not to say I'm opposed to crossplay. Absolutely not. I want to play with everyone on every system. Everybody should be able to have fun together. I completely get it. But when you're mixing mouse and keyboard and controller and you're giving all these aids to controller, that's when things start to get a little iffy. Okay, that's where you start to have to try to balance which one works and which one don't. Well, for the first time pretty much in the history of first-person gaming, Warzone and games right around the era right there, and especially at this very freaking moment, controller is far superior because of the aids that it gets. That is scary to me. Why is that? Okay, let's go over to the hackusations now, all right? The hackusations, there's a lot of people getting accused of hacking, a lot of top-level streamers. I have my opinions on that. That's for a different video and a different time. But in regards to who's cheating and who's not anyways. But regardless, there's almost an impossible way to curb all the cheating. Okay, Battlefield 2042, one of its primary responsibilities is, of course, the anti-cheat. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, our hopes are far too high for this. Far too high for this. Do not expect their anti-cheat to do much of anything. That's kind of a bold statement, ain't it? I'm basically saying right then and there that the anti-cheat is going to fail miserably right off the bat, and you're not going to see anything. Okay, from what I know, it's a kernel level anti-cheat. All right, and as far as I know, with Activision and Vanguard and them bringing in an anti-cheat, and it's also a kernel level anti-cheat. Well, they have to be. What is a kernel level anti-cheat on PC? What is that? Well, basically it goes really, really deep into the computer system to try to find bad stuff. That's the best way to put it. But what about consoles? It's technically worse on consoles right now, if you believe that or not. Chrono Zen and Titan. Look up on Amazon. Chrono Zen, Titan for, PlayStation, Xbox, whichever. Look them up. Basically, these items combined really, really, really help people. Okay, put it this way. Watching your favorite streamer, okay? And they laser beam people, okay? A lot of these guys, they have awesome aim, far beyond whatever I can do, right? Where's the recoil? Just ask yourself that. Okay, if you watch like competitive LANs and stuff like that, you don't really see this, okay? It's only when you get to, the streamers who say they are good and stuff, just watch them. Every single gun in, let's say, Warzone has a certain amount of recoil. Even the Graw. The Graw even has some recoil. That thing is like super laser beamy. Laser beamy? I guess that's a word. Whatever. Watch them. And you'll notice that there's virtually no recoil whatsoever. At all. And it doesn't matter how good you are, how much of a pro you are. Every gun has recoil. You're going to see it move around and do things, okay? Nobody has perfect recoil control. Nobody. And especially pixel perfect. All right? Or even near pixel perfect. Maybe you got like 3 pixels you kind of bounce around on it. No. Watch your favorite streamer, and if you see one who is almost pixel perfect, no recoil, they have something helping them. Pure and simple. Doesn't take me to analyze any kind of videos. Doesn't take me to be BBB or Headband or any other guys or whatever to try to point that out. It's fair and simple. It's logical. It is what it is. It's natural for these games. That doesn't happen. If you have no recoil, then you do have help playing this game. And why do I bring that up in regards to anti-cheat systems for, Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, and especially it's going to be really, really important on 2042 to see if any of this works or can curb it. It's because those hacks, those items that people can buy, they're on console primarily, and it's really, really hard to detect. Because you're not installing cheats on the console, you're using equipment to the side, and it's helping the person with macros and stuff like that to play the game a lot better on the console. Okay, here's the thing about cheats on PC. Okay, if it's installed on the PC, eventually an anti-cheat can find it and get it. Eventually. No hack is 100% invisible if it's installed on the computer itself from anti-cheat. But at the same time, every single hack can be modified, changed, upgraded, done whatever to try to circumvent anti-cheat. And it's a never-ending battle. Anti-cheat finds it, then the cheaters change it and try to fix it, and so that's not detectable anymore. Rinse, repeat, never-ending battle. And for a while, it's been like that, and that's why you don't see rampant cheating. But the current rampant cheating is actually coming from a lot of controller users. Primarily controller users, actually. Wall hacks and all that stuff, yeah, they're out there. Wall hacks, ESP, so you got your typical aim bots, you have silent aim, you have all these other cheats and everything, but you don't necessarily need all of that if your aim is perfect and you have no recoil. You don't really need to have all these extra things. And if you're wondering about my gameplay here, it's me and some buddies to goof around on Plunder. I like Plunder. I like it better in Battle Royale. And especially in Warzone, because if you run into a hacker or some kind of BS, when you respawn, you can go someplace else and hopefully avoid them. So you can actually have continuous gameplay without constantly dying over and over and over and over. Yeah. But it's also kind of fun. It's more laid back, put it that way. But in general, that's one of the things that Battlefield 2042 really has to look out for. And there's no stopping it. So why am I putting this on EA's lap? Why am I putting this on EA's lap? Because it's becoming the new normal. Okay, there's so many streamers out there that are cheating that I'm not going to name any right now, that people just blindly accept that these guys are purely legit. When, old school people like me who have been playing first person shooters since Wolfenstein 3D, when I had to get it shareware downloaded off a BBS system and run it on my 486 33 megahertz compact. Well, I didn't have a compact, my buddy did, but you get the idea. Yeah. We know what we're talking about, and the experience that we have, at least that I have, playing just about every first person shooter there ever was on PC. Corridor 7, how many of you guys have ever heard of it? Probably none. Awesome first person shooter back in the days of Doom 2. I love that game. But I don't think I've ever met anybody that knows what it is. But okay, that aside, I'm scared it's going to be the new normal. And if that ends up becoming the new normal, then first person shooters in general are going to start going on a huge decline, because eventually everybody's going to realize what the deal is. Eventually everybody's going to realize, okay, these guys are using this guy's using that, something's not right. If I want to have a good, fun, and fair game, then I have to do the same thing. And if getting a Cronus becomes normal, having a Titan becomes normal, if having macros becomes normal, then the competitive nature of first-person shooters that I've loved for 2 freaking decades almost goes out the window. And I say almost 2 decades because it's been about that long for the online combat. See, I started online with Medal of Honor, like really, really, really playing. Yeah, Doom 2, you could play peer-to-peer with some modems, and you had the original Quake and Quake 2, and yeah, you had some of the stuff there, but it didn't really take off until I got, for me at least, until I got to Medal of Honor, and I was good. I was really good. Medal of Honor, Spearhead, Breakthrough, love those games. But let me see, fast forward the video a little bit here. Oh, man. But this game, first-person shooters in general, if they keep catering to this, especially Battlefield 2042 caters to it, just like Warzone. And that's the thing I'm really scared about, because EA and Activision tend to play off each other, right? A lot of people view them as like these huge competitors, who's better, Call of Duty or Battlefield. They're 2 different animals, but they take ideas from each other, mix mash them, and whatever works, one's going to try the other. So I have a bad feeling that Battlefield 2042 is going to take the Warzone model, and you're going to see all the same stuff that you see in Warzone in Battlefield. All the same, the super aim assist, all the hackusations and everything, all of this. It's not going to change. In fact, I really think it's going to amp up dramatically. And if that happens, that's going to spell the end of it. It really is. It's going to usher in a new era where mouse and keyboard is just simply no longer viable for games like that. And yeah, it's done. And that's going to be incredibly sad. The new normal. So what does the new normal end up being? Well, you have to have a controller. You have to have a controller and a PC. Use a PC using a controller, and you either get Cronus and Titan combo, or you start getting macros. You start researching different ways to do things, and these game companies do nothing to combat it. How do you combat a Cronus Max or Cronus Zen or whatever the hell it's called? They can't detect them. How do you combat a Titan? You can't detect it. Well, to a degree you can. Macros are written for that thing, right? And if you're using a preset macro that repeats, then all the game has to look for is that preset macro that keeps repeating, and then bam, I want to use worse words that I usually use in my normal streams. And yes, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's yeah, I cuss a lot, an awful lot. And with my other things, I try to just hold back on that. I try not to do things, and it's fine. And Keymaster, bad timing with that chat there. Yeah, it's an old video thing I'm kind of doing. So that's going to potentially be the new normal. So us keyboard and mouse old school folks, are we ready to be forced to play using controller? Get all these little add-ons and stuff? Are we going to be forced to abandon what we enjoy, what we feel is truly skill? Not having aim assist, not having to bother with any of that, just actually, playing the game and enjoying it, or at least trying. Wow, I really screwed up that, yeah, I screwed up that thermite. I thought I got it over, but instead I just lit myself on fire. I think I die here, like, really, really soon. Yep, I do. That's what I thought. I remember this game. This is when it started going downhill for the day. Prime time is bad time, put it that way. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys. I really appreciate any kind of support. I know my channel is mostly anime type stuff, Princess Connect, Gotcha Games, but I'm an odd channel, put it that way. I like to play, I love my first person shooters, and I play them as much as I can, but how long am I going to keep playing them? I don't know. I really don't know, because the new normal, I don't like the new normal, if that comes to fruition. Maybe more Cheetos will get called out. Maybe more cheaters will get caught. Maybe there is some way to detect those Cronus Zens and the Titans and everything. Maybe consoles can somehow do a firmware upgrade that detects them and no longer allows their use, which I would be absolutely ecstatic if they actually did that. Cheating needs to be curbed. The mouse and keyboard issue needs to be toned. One of the solutions I always propose, it's not about eliminating crossplay. It's about eliminating cross input type play. Basically, put all the mouse and keyboard users over here, put all the controller users over here, and let them duke it out. That's like one of the only ways to be, somewhat fair in that regards, right? It doesn't matter what system or whatever you're on, just, these over here, and I don't want to make a super long video, but we need better infrastructure too. We really do. A lot of people don't realize this, but Activision has cheaped out on their servers for Warzone and everything for a really long time, all right? Warzone servers, getting into a little bit more of a technical aspect, they run at 20 to 24 hertz ticks, okay, which means 20 to 24 updates per second, when the industry standard is 60 or 64, depending who you ask. And if you want competitive lobbies, that's like 120, 144 or something along those lines. We're sitting at 2024. This is why kill cams are always off. They're always weird. This is why bullets go around corners. You have to factor in player latency with this too, but this is a huge part of it. It's why it seems like you die in one shot or instantly to any time you come around, because the people shooting the bullets, their servers can't update it quick enough. So all the bullets they fire get updated at once, and you fall over dead. Seems like you got shot once, but actually it's like 20 bullets all just thrown into one little packet, and bleh, it's in your face, I know a whole bunch more technical stuff and everything, but I'm going to be playing the 2042 open beta. I am really hoping that this game does something, especially with the anti-cheat that it has, to really combat the problem. And I really hope that it focuses, not on skill-based matchmaking, but on quality of life, good servers, good pings, people in the same area, everyone has similar latencies, high tick rate servers, at least 60 minimum. And we will see that the new era does have possibilities. We could be going in the right direction. If their servers are 30 hertz ticks or less, probably less, if their anti-cheat isn't really worth a damn, if there's extremely heavy aim assist on controllers to the point where controllers are vastly superior to mouse and keyboard because of the assisted software, then the current era of first-person shooters dies. The old school's dead. The mouse and keyboard is dead. Using a mouse and keyboard, you basically just throw yourself at a disadvantage, and eventually people aren't going to use it. So let's hope they help usher in a better era. Let's hope that they put a lot of quality control behind it. Let's hope that their anti-cheat is strong and bans a ridiculous amount of people. that will be an awesome day. Final note, guys. Here's my little prediction for the Activision side of things, the anti-cheat with them. They are going to fail miserably. Absolutely, positively, miserably. If their anti-cheat goes live and they don't ban at least somewhere around somewhere around 3 million accounts within the first couple of weeks, 3 million accounts banned from Warzone, Vanguard, COD, etc., then you know it's going to be worth nothing. Chances are what they're going to do is they're going to announce, we got a new anti-cheat. We banned 200,000 people, 300,000 people, something along those lines. They'll come out and they'll announce some number like that. Sounds like a large number, but it's a drop in the bucket. It's nothing. 3 million. If we see 3 million, then maybe there's hope. And I'll end that on a first place. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.